Hello YouTube! I'm Pinstar and this is Pinstar Plays Spirit Island. Let's dive in. Try take another spirit for a spin here, shall we? Let's go. So we did Eyes Watch from the Trees. Another one of my favorites, and this actually comes from the Harmonies expansion. Let's go with Rising Heat of Stones and Sand. So this fellow here, he's good at weakening the enemy and then applying damage. So your damage goes a lot further. He can hold his own, not nearly as defensive as our trees spirit, but he doesn't necessarily need to be defensive. So yeah, let's take a more offensive spirit out for out to play, shall we? I think we shall. I'm checking the island here because we don't want. Yeah, that's island A is fine. We just don't want like the sand. His main domain is the mountains and the sands. We don't want those all like shoved out into the corners. Like this would be pretty terrible for it. But option A is not too bad. We've got some presence in the middle here. So let's go for it. We are up against the Kingdom of England. Invader build actions affect lands without invaders if they are adjacent to at least 2 towns or cities before the build action. And on a board with towns or cities, build in the land with the most. Alright, so we're going to have extra towns and cities to worry about, but I think we can handle that. Did not want to start all the way out there, but at least they're starting out exploring the sands, so that's a thing because they're kind of entering our domain. All right, so our growth options here, we can add 2 presence to a mountain or sands at range 3. So basically we can hop across the island and be pretty effective at that. But only mountains and sands. Luckily their first thing is in the sands, so I think we can make do with that. So we're going to start with that. And I think since we already have a sanctuary here. Oh yeah, let's talk about powers. So in your sanctuaries, invaders have -1 health, minimum of 1. So it doesn't have any effect on the explorers because they are 1 health anyway, and you can't minus to 0. But cities and towns are weaker. They are basically permanently weaker in your area. So I'm not as worried about them because we can do a fair amount of damage. So yeah, let's get these down. Now, the question becomes, what do we do? Having an earth token right off the bat. We start with 1 energy per turn, 1 card play per turn. I don't think we need sweltering exhaustion yet. That's the most expensive one, but being able to skip an action's not too bad. I don't actually mind if they build here, because we can knock them out and they're going to be building in our domain. So I don't think we need the energy per turn. Now going card here doesn't really help us out. I don't think, yeah, we're not going to get 3 fire right off the bat. I think we're going to go for card plays here. We want to play lots of cards. So even though this does not give us I mean, it can help us out, but yeah, we need that 3rd fire. So we need that 3rd card play in order to even trigger our tier 2 innate bonus. for 2 damage. And again, that's 2 damage against stuff that's already weakened. So yeah, I think we go card play. Yeah, we want to stack these up to that. So now, all right. So what do? I think we go give to searing heat, which just gives us more energy. Since we didn't take much in the way of energy, this will give us a little bit of a boost. And then call on the herders for aid could allow us to get the Dahan going somewhere. Or we could Stinging Sandstorm. So Stinging Sandstorm could let us get a toehold in, say, like these wetlands, because we normally can't play much in the way of presence directly to non-deserts and mountains. But this lets us move one of our stuff, plus does a damage. But that 1 damage is not gonna move the needle. So let's do call herders for aid. We can gather some Dahan, maybe put them in an area where they could do a lot of good. I mean, we could gather 2 and then push 1. So we could push these guys out of the desert before they get a chance to build. Even though we could handle them, that's 1 fewer thing for us to worry about. I think that's well, actually no, they're going to build first before we do this, but we can push them out anyway, so we don't have to worry about a ravage. Especially since there's already a blight here. All right, so fast, we just give ourselves energy. Yeah, see how that's -1 health? All right, they're exploring in the mountains, which is also not a bad place for us to. Okay, so let's see. Does this move the needle? I don't think so. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to call the herders from the forest here into the desert, and then we will use them to shove the city and the person out, probably into the wetlands, because it's better to consolidate your foes. So this is gather up to 2. So we go here, and we gather, and we gather. And then that herds them out. All right, so we are back. We're going to have 2 card plays. We could get 3 card plays, actually. We would gain a power card. That would give us 3 cards to play around with, which would go nice and cleanly into our plays here. Plus, we'd have a ton of energy. We could even consider going for a major, although I think I want to go for multiple minors, minor powers rather than a major power. Things haven't built up enough for us to really like sink our teeth into with a major. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see. Let's roll the dice. We'll gain a power card first. All right. So this would let us push, guys. We also want to consider elements. We want heat, we want air, and we want earth. These are our 3 primary. So anything that does heat, air, and or earth is good for us. Gold allure is pretty good because this only goes in mountain tiles and ooh. Hereby be monsters, push, fear, and if it has animals, additional fear. Pushing is good. Gold's allure is pretty good though. And it has really good elements for us. Lure of the Unknown is also really good. It's got great elements for us, and it's just a flat gather. But it has to be into a land with no invaders. This is just mountains, which again, that's kind of our playground. So I'm going to go Gold's Allure. Now, where do we want to add a presence? So there's going to be a Ravage in here, and I don't particularly want a Ravage here because that's going to knock out one of our things. So I think I'm going to Sweltering Exhaustion over here to prevent the Ravage. Although, no, if they Ravage here, yeah, it is gonna knock out one of my presents, but there's 2 Dahan here that will kill one of the Dahan, but then the surviving one will hit back for 2 damage, which is not gonna work out because they're not gonna be weak again, unless I add a 3rd presence to this to sort of shore up our weakness. That might not be a bad thing, because then that just clears this area out wholesale. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get that for a 3rd card play, get a 3rd presence here. So where do we want to... We can Sweltering Exhaustion one of these 2 to prevent the build. I think I want to do it here. Actually, no, I want a Gold's Allure here because that could draw in the town. Yeah, Gold's Allure is going to be real good. And then Stinging Sandstorm, we will find a use for you. Maybe snipe this dude. Or actually, since it's a slow power, wherever they happen to go exploring next, we can send that to snipe one of the explorers. And we get this, which actually gives us full elements here for tier 2 damage, which is fantastic. We could put some hurting on, actually the people that we gather, we can then put the hurt on them with Gold's Allure. Oh, I like this combo. So fast power, we Sweltering Exhaustion here to prevent the build. Now land with exactly 1 Dahan that it has or is adjacent to... No, that's going to replace them. Yep. So they turned our Dahan into a town. Well, we're just going to have to kill them. Each animal deals 2 damage. Oh, well, then we didn't need that, but we didn't know that was going to be. Choose a den with at least 2 Dahan, and at least 2 each one. Yeah, that doesn't... Yeah, there we go. Got him with the counterattack. Skip the build. Actually, I should have allowed build because I think that would have kept the marker on there. All right, there's their explore. We can let them do their explore, and then we can use the sandstorm to snipe that one. Or we could just Gold's Allure them. We don't even need to snipe them with Stinging Sandstorm. Yeah, Gold's Allure will draw in this town and this one, and then we just level their face. Or actually, no, we don't, because we don't have... Dagnabbit. Well, I'd still prefer... the Gold's Allure here. Oh, am I? Yeah, all right. So I guess I do have to snipe them to spread my presence a little bit, because we actually don't have the proper presence for this tile. I mean, unless I Gold's Allure here. Yeah, actually, if we draw the town and then this worker here, that gets them out of here. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Yeah, we'll gather one. I guess we have to gather them first. Because now this guy's going to Ravage, do 1 point of damage to this Dahan, who will just smack him down real easy. And then, yeah, we add a Discord over there. And here, yeah, I think we're going to do it to... Man, I wish I had my presence in here, but we can do a lot of damage. We can actually take out the city with this. Yeah, we're gonna because that 2 damage gets rid of 2 workers, and then we get 2 more damage. So we take out that, and then we finish off. And that's going to give us a fear card, too. Beautiful. Okay, we do need to reclaim our stuff. Unfortunately, that does not let us get our presence out. So yeah, this because this guy has the Discord on him, he isn't going to participate in the next Ravage. So the next Ravage is only going to be this one guy, which is not enough to move the needle. Is not enough to actually cause a blight in the land. So that works out fine. We can get a power. I am thinking, yeah, more multiple miners. Call to isolation. If there are Dahan, add a Dahan. If there are no Dahan, remove a blight. Target land has that 1 damage to each. Oh. If target land has disease, or teeming rivers can clean blight too. Infested aquifers is an interesting one. Doesn't really have the elements that play nice with us. Call to isolation's probably a little bit. I mean, it's got earth, but that's about it. But 1 damage to each invader when you are dealing with towns is really good. So I am going to go with infested aquifers. So I think what I'm going to do here. So we're going to have a we do not fear either of these ravages. Gold's Allure. There's no guarantees as to where they're going to go here. They are going to build in here, which is unfortunately going to take up this. I might infested aquifers, mountains or wetlands. Yeah, we can infested aquifers to like sort of set this up. I want a stinging sandstorm and get my other essence over here. We'd still be blind in this area, but that's we can fix that in our next turn. I don't think we need the gift of searing heat. May pay 1 energy to do 1 damage in their lands. Doesn't really do much for me. These guys are going to skip their build. Yeah, let's get the infested aquifers going. Even if it might just be that we place a disease back in this area. Yeah, we don't need to draw people in just yet. Although Gold's Allure, depending on they haven't gone to the forests yet, so we could drop a Gold's Allure to get them out of the forests. Yeah, or at least one of the forests. All right, we unfortunately don't. This combination of elements does not trigger our thing here. Maybe it is better to. Well, I do want to keep Stinging Sandstorm around. I mean, I guess infested aquifers, if we go here, that would trigger our... And now that's giving us the full trigger. Like, that's giving us tier 2. And we can Stinging Sandstorm to reconsolidate these two first. And then that gives us the platform, because we need to launch this from the air. Alternatively, we can just pop this city, but we'll see. I think that's the better option here. All right. I think our next card draw, we're going to take a major. Spend 1 energy to do 1 damage. It has to be in our lands. Nah, get the energy. 1 coastal land on each board. Move 1 or 2 lands inward. On a coastal land on each board, move 1 town, 1 or 2 lands inland. I mean, we could move you down here. Choose a land with disease and 2 damage to invaders. Oh, well, that's... Man, they're not even going to consume that disease because now there's nobody left there to build. During Ravage, defend 1. Easy peasy. Each player removes... oh, well... Yep, and there you go. Oh, they would have built a city there because of England's ability. Forgot about that. And now we have to build in a land with stuff. So, I think we go... Does this make a city? It does. We do not want cities. Problematic, because now my whole plan to fling this over to snipe someone's kind of not going to work. I guess we could just burn this area from this area for our... Yeah, we can just burn this area and make it no longer a problem. And then for Gold's Allure, we can... Yeah, unfortunately, we can't gather this guy. I think we're just going to snipe them with the sandstorm. So I do think we Gold's Allure to pull this in here. But that would just pull this in. All right, so we could, all right, hear me out. We could sandstorm into here, which would instantly apply that. So that would allow us to snipe the town. We could then use this to burn, to weaken this area. But to what end? This will just get the town out of the wetlands ravage here. Yeah, I think that's the correct. All right, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna burn you two down. We're gonna sandstorm you. We are not going to gather any of our stuff because I don't want my stuff tucked over into the corner there. And then we Gold's Allure and pull you in. And yeah, add you there. Okay, now we have 3 card plays and we have 3 cards and we have more than enough energy, so I think we go double presence because that's something that's been lacking right now is just presence. So yeah, they're going to ravage in the wetlands, nobody left in the wetlands. They're going to build in the jungles, nobody left in the jungles. And more importantly, no double people, like, you know, freebie builds. So yeah, this is a really good time for us to consolidate our stuff. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. We don't want the extra card. We'll take the extra earth. Actually, just to make them... Oh, no, well... Okay, let's do this again. But we want... Yeah, we want double presence here. And yeah, we'll take the energy per turn. So now all of them are weakened. Man, I don't even know if we need... We don't actually need to use sweltering exhaustion. That's the funny thing. We can do the call on herders to shove you up here. We just need to drop like a nuke on them or something. Target land has any disease. I mean, yeah, infested aquifers, and then we recycle our powers and do it all again. Or we might not need to, depending on... Skip up to 1 ravage or build action. Yeah, like, there's no ravaging or building that's going to go on here, so I'm not even going to cast this and save myself the 2 power. Because it's not going to trigger our innate anyway. Reach board, if it lacks water, add 1 blight to a sands. have -1 health. Each spirit may add 1 presence to the Dahan. I mean, we could ease the drought, pay 4 energy, because we're... Actually, no, pay 3 energy. I mean, it's really on brand for us to let the land wither. But I don't want to add a... There's already a blight in both of our sands, so that would cause it to cascade and make more blight. I don't want that. And we don't actually have active damage, so I am going to ease the drought. Do we have a card with water on it? I don't think we do. So we'll pay the energy. We will pay 3 energy. Add a presence on a tile with Dahan. I mean, that's... Oh, we actually get a whole new presence. Oh. Well then, yeah. Each beast deals 2 damage. Oh God. We could take out 2 towns with just 1 beast. Or we could take... No, we're going to take out the 2 towns. Yeah, that gets rid of the beast. But we got a 2-for-1 special. During Ravage, defend. Each player may choose a land with Dahan or adjacent to at least 5. Invaders do not ravage. Sure. Yeah, nothing. Y'all got nothing. Oh, okay. Coastal lands. Fair enough. Alright, now for our slow powers. We're going to drop these right here. There we go. Got some sickness. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to infest it, because that would otherwise make the gather up to 2 and then push 2. We can gather... We could get one of these guys out of here and just get them in here. I do want to leave 1 Dahan here. So this is not the most efficient use. I mean, the other thing we could do is just get that 1 Dahan over here, gather these 2, and then push the 2 of them into an area where they might be useful, because they're going to be ravaging. Yeah, actually, this might be the play. So we gather these 2, and then we push them into these lands. Okay. We do need to reclaim. And I think it is time we get a major power. Although we only have 3 energy and only... No, we're going to have 6 energy at this point. That's enough for a good solid major. Pillar of Living Flame. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pyroclastic, 2 damage, destroy all. So these two are kind of the same. This one does more raw damage. This one's cheaper and it's faster. And it's by... Actually, you know what? This one works a lot better. Unrelenting growth and... Yeah, Pyroclastic Flow. And then we're going to get rid of... Yeah, I don't want to get rid of Infested Aquifer, even though that's the one that doesn't match our elements much. Gift of Searing Heat. There we go. Alright, so hear me out. We don't Pyroclastic Flow just yet. I mean, we could just kill them with the aquifer. If we make them skip their build action here, yeah, we do that. We Gold's Allure because they're gonna build down here, and we draw the worker and the town that they build over here. And then, yeah, we aquifer to kill them. And then we drop a Pyroclastic Flow. And, yeah, we can just melt this thing down here. I think that's the correct answer. Alright, Terror level 2. Each board, add a town to a land with one of those. That's fine. Add one to the sands or mountain with the most. Oh, even better. Each spirit with at least 2 gains an energy. Beautiful. Explore does not affect coastal lands. Lands with disease are not a source of invaders when exploring. That, yeah, doesn't do anything. We are going to skip that build. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, build. Bah. Alright, so we Gold's Allure. I would prefer... Yeah, we're drawing you in just to keep you corralled. And then we'll pull you in. I mean, it really doesn't matter because they're going to go to waste. This Infested Aquifers is going to put some hurt down here. 1 damage to each invader. Boom, 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 boom. Doesn't completely wipe them out, mind you, but that's okay. Actually, they're going to ravage and not... they're not going to do any damage, and then the Han are going to clap them back real hard. So they're going to clean up right there. Pyroclastic Flow does not work. Well, we can use it to mop up down here. Unfortunately, yeah, these guys are going to get a ravage off down here. But that's okay. We can sustain one more blight. But yeah, first things first, what do we do? Actually, I think we do this. Get a power card. First off, we add a presence, so we can play a fourth one. We get our thing there. Power card. I think we go for another major. Oh man, cast down into the briny deep. Vigor of the Breaking Dawn, 2 damage per Dahan. Terror level 2 or higher, remove 2 invaders. I mean, that's just good. Destroy all invaders. Elementally speaking, I mean, this one is chock-a-block full of elements. We'll take Twisted Flowers. That's pretty good. And then for deleting one, we'll get rid of Aquifers. It served its purpose. I did my wombo combo. And yeah, we are at terror level 2. So we can Pyroclastic Flow these guys. Sandstorm will catch one of the runners. Oh! I am exactly one short. Huh. Yeah, that gives me 2 and 2. I think we go with that then, because we can just nuke them with that damage there. Oh yeah, this is fast, isn't it? I don't really want here to be fast, but just take rid of them. Choose, gather one into this land and add an additional. Add one to the juggle wetland with the most cities. Oh, that... Yep, there goes that city. Excuse me? I beg your absolute pardon. Why did you do 2 damage? Did I miss something? I must have missed freaking events. I don't like the events, I have to say. Alright, you want to build on something? It's going to be a city, too. reach my other one there. Alright. Well, we can sandstorm onto here. The herders can get these guys out of here. Could also pull these guys down here and then bring one of them and one of these guys up here. Yeah, let's do the herders. We will gather these two and then push you over here, and we will push one of you guys over here. Oh, you can push... Oh, yeah, for everyone present. We can get a lot of pushes here. Alright, now here we sandstorm. We will steal one from here. Deal 1 damage. And now here, two dudes and 2 damage is enough to clear this out entirely. God, I love weakening their cities. Okay, yeah, let's reclaim. So, ravage in the wetlands, nothing to worry about. Build in the sands, nothing to worry about. I mean, if we hit them with any more terror, I mean, Twisted Flowers is gonna be just fine. We'll go minor. Sure, Dark Entangled works. Alright, yeah. This is going to get rid of them entirely, because this removes 2 defenders. So unless we get completely screwed, let's Gold Allure, depending on where they want to explore to. And we'll do a Call to Herders. When you're ahead, you can do all your slow powers. Pushes. Aided by fire. We have 3 fire, so we can guard them ourselves. Yeah, we don't want to discard stuff. Each animal generates... There's no animals. With at least 4 amongst its land grants a... Oh. Well, we get a free miner. Fair enough. Call to Migrate's actually pretty good element-wise. So is Flesh Rot Fever. Absorb Corruption actually kind of helps with, yeah, solving that. Each player may push up to 3 from an inland land. Yep, that's fine. Skip the next normal build. The build card remains in place instead of shifting left. That's all you got. And yeah, there's going to be no ravage because that stays there. Okay, I think this is just going to kill them. The Twisted Flowers Murmur ultimatums. And yep, no buildings left. Terror level 2, that's all we needed. Run away! Yeah, I really love this spirit. Just weakening them and sapping their health, going in for quick, cheap snipes. My kind of guy. Alright, if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya.